Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, I told you that I am going to tell you my story. I think you guys should know this about me. So, I understand if you're going to hate me after this video, and if you support me after this video, thank you. So I was born on June 22nd, 1999. As you guys know, when you're born, you meet your mom and dad. Not only did I meet my mom and dad, I also met my sister. So here I am born. The doctors told my mom and dad that I was a healthy baby, so that's good. So now we're skipping to 4 months old. So my parents noticed that something wasn't right. Apparently, I would not eat. I wasn't really drinking anything. And they decided to take me to the hospital. Now, this part I don't remember, but my dad and mom told me. I was like hooked up to all these machines. My dad said I was hooked up to 20 machines, and that's really scary. I can't imagine. So yeah, here I am now, 4 months old. Something terrible happened. I was born with meningitis. They said that probably 2 weeks, if they hadn't found it, I would have died. And that's really emotional, even for me. I can't imagine what my parents went through during this time. As I got older, I realized I was different from a lot of people. I realized I can't really think straight or clearly like most people can. There are sometimes words I can't spell. And I walk differently than most people. A lot of times when we go on vacations, like long vacations, a lot of times when if we go to a zoo, amusement parks, we have to bring a wheelchair because I also have cerebral palsy and I can't really walk because it hurts my feet. And a lot of times when we also go to amusement parks, we get fast passes because, like I said, I can't really stand long. So yes, we get a lot of fast passes. I also realized that I was different from in my classroom. I realized that I wasn't in a normal classroom when I got older. I remember one time, it was the first day of school. My dad brought me in, and as you guys know, when it's the first day of school, you're nervous, all that. But when I walked into the room one time, I realized there were a lot of people different from me. I saw some students doing weird things with their hands, and I'm like, what are they doing? And then as I got older, it was sign language. I also realized that a lot of people looked different, but it was very fun. I met a lot of people. I also realized that I was not in a normal classroom, like I said. I was in a special needs classroom. I also, when I was young, I had a lot of anger issues. I couldn't control it. I also have seizures sometimes. And I guess my parents put me in a rehab because, like I said, I had anger issues. And as a kid, you can't always tell adults how you feel sometimes. So 4th grade and 3rd and 4th grade was kind of weird for me because I was the only girl in my class. But I still met some cool. I also really loved my teacher. But then when I was in 5th grade, there was a new student, I guess, like visiting the school, and I like stand up, and I was like, oh my god, there's a girl in this class now. And my teacher's like, Molly, it's the only girl, and I think she's going to be happy. I was happy. Also, something terrible happened when I was in 4th grade. My mom was really sick. And she went to like a lot of hospitals. I was confused. I didn't really understand because when you, I just thought like she had the flu or something, but she didn't. I didn't really understand though, like I said. And now I'm in I am in 6th grade. Middle school was really tough. I hated middle school, but 6th grade was probably the hardest because my mom passed away. Now at this time, I didn't really understand. The good thing was though that she died peacefully in her sleep, so that's good. So my uncle picked me up from school one time, and we were going to the hospital, and we asked the nurse what room my mom was in. So then we walked to the room, we knocked on the door, and we went in, and I saw my dad and sister just like crying, like I didn't understand. Like I was like looking around, like guys, I was confused. While my dad was talking to the nurse, my sister was sitting in a chair, and I was on the side of the hospital bed, I think they call it, something like that. And my mom had her eyes closed. I was really confused. Like, I thought she was sleeping or something. Like I said, I was really confused. Like, my sister was crying, my dad was crying. I think my uncle was trying not to cry, but so again, here I am in the room looking around, trying to figure out why my dad and sister were crying. And so then I'm not sure where they take the people who die, but then I think a few weeks later we had the funeral. My dad told me to pick out some pictures of my mom because he wanted to have like a little video of her to remember. So I picked out pictures. So now we're going to the funeral. My mom was in the casket. I feel so bad because at the time I thought she was like acting like Snow White. And oh my god. So a lot of people were crying. And some of the people were like talking about memories of my mom. So then the Pope, I think, they asked us to stand up. This is the part that I was really confused. So a lot of times when someone dies, they always say, "Sorry for your loss." And I was very confused. Like, why are these people shaking my hands? Like, did I do something important? Didn't. Like, I was confused. I was like standing there. And I was like also like very nervous, and I was like sweating. Like, I didn't know what was going on. As I got older, I realized I hadn't seen my mom for like a few years. And I asked my dad, "Where is mom? Where is mom?" And he said, "Your mom is not here." And I said, "What do you mean she's not here?" And he said, "She's in the sky." And I was like, "What do you mean in the sky?" And he said, "Your mom is dead." And that is when I literally fell on the floor. Also, when I got older, I started to get really depressed. Ninth grade, I tried 2 times to commit suicide. I didn't. I'm happy I didn't, but at the time I wanted to. One of my friends found out I tried to commit suicide. And I also started to get depressed. I was depressed, and I'm still depressed. There are times when I cry before I go to sleep. There are times where I have cried in the shower. And a lot of people don't really understand me because my mom was like my best friend. And I would like tell her everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And it's so hard sometimes to tell my dad because I never really told him stuff. I was that child that would ask, "How was your day? What did you do?" One of my favorite things I liked to do with my mom was exercise. My mom loved running. Sometimes on the weekends, we would wake up early and we would run. It was fun. My mom also ran in a marathon. I can't imagine myself doing that, but I was really proud of her. She got a medal, so that was good. So now, here I am in 12th grade. I was very excited, like really excited. But then at lunch, I saw some of my friends that I sat with. They like looked upset, they looked nervous, and I asked them, "What is going on?" And they said one of their friends has been getting bullied. And I got like so mad. I stand up and I said, "Who is this girl that's getting bullied? And who is the bully?" I stand up. I met the girl and I said, "Don't let this girl get to you because she's just jealous or something." And she would like control her sometimes. Times she would make rumors about her. That was the part that made me really mad. And then while my group was talking, the bully came up and she was like talking. And I looked at her and I said, "Was I talking to you?" "No." And she got so mad. As the school year went on, she started bullying me. She started making rumors about me. She would make fun of me. She would also said really bad things about my mom. And I just like started crying. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I told my dad and sister, and he made an appointment to talk with my principal. So the principal called me down and I told him what was going on. Apparently she was in the room. So I was telling my side of the story. She was telling her side of the story. While I started talking, I also got emotional. And then at this part, he didn't really believe me. And this is what really makes me mad. A lot of times when people get bullied and they tell someone, they don't really sometimes believe you because they don't see it. Just because you don't see someone get bullied, you can tell by their eyes that something. And then I got mad. I standed up and I said, "Who are you going to believe? The girl that is sitting, not crying, or the girl who is standing up crying," which was me. Then I started to, I couldn't take it anymore. I started to miss a lot of school. But, yeah. So I started to miss a lot of school. And that entire year, I was depressed. She made rumors about me. She called me names. And it was just, she made fun of my mom and sister, which made me really mad. One time, she pushed me into the lockers. It hit my head, and I started to get a headache, and oh my god, man, it felt like a migraine. So I asked my teacher, "Can I go to the nurse?" And it was during class. And they asked, "Why didn't you go before?" I was like, "I didn't want to be late to this class." And she was like, "Okay, that makes sense." So she asked me, "What do you need to go to the nurse for?" And I said, "I have a really bad headache." So I went to the nurse. They got me medicine. Then that entire day, I was just quiet. I was just mostly quiet. My friends knew that something wasn't right because a lot of you guys know I'm a very talkative person. And they asked me what is wrong. I just started to burst into tears. They were freaking out. And they were like, What's wrong? What's wrong? And I said, I can't take this anymore. And they said, what do you mean you can't take this anymore? This bullying, this rumor thing. But sadly, our school got out really late this year. We got out June 1st. And then June 2nd was my graduation day. I was kind of emotional because it's really hard to believe sometimes that, like, oh my God, I can't believe I graduated. I remember when I was a kid, I would always sit at my desk and sometimes, and I would always imagine, what is it like to be graduate? And I was just like imagining and saying to myself, I can't believe I'm already here. Like, wow. Time goes fast. Then my dad was like, we're going to court. And I'm like, we're going to court? Did I do something bad? And apparently he was telling me, we're going to court because we need to get guardianship. Now when I get older, I can't really live by myself. I can't really cook anything. I have trouble sleeping a lot. Yeah, there are some things I can't really take care of myself. So my dad's sisters sometimes have to help me. Yeah. There are sometimes I can't spell words properly. I can't really read books. But I do love looking at like picture books and stuff. So June. We're in June right now. On June 10th was my graduation party. I was really upset and mad because barely no one came to my graduation party after I worked hard and I had to get up early because it started at 1. And no one really told me that, like, they couldn't make it. And if you can't make it, you should kind of tell someone. And what really made me mad is that said, we will be there. And guess what? They weren't. Which made me really mad. So now my graduation party is over. So 2 weeks later, it's my birthday party. Oh my God. I was so upset, guys. It was my 19th birthday party. And I invited about 10 to 15 people. I was very mad. No one, and I mean no one, showed up at my party. I was so mad. And I remember just crying. And as you guys know, your 19th birthday party is very special because, you know, it's your last year being a teenager. And oh my God, I was just upset, guys. Like, oh my God. So, yeah. So, that's really all I kind of have to say right now. I really hope you understand me, guys, a little better. I understand if you're gonna hate me after this video or support me. So, yeah. I hope you understand this video. Make sure to like comment, subscribe, also turn on my notification bell, and let's try and get this video to 1K. Love you guys and thank you so much.